Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. That's right. We're streaming on a Saturday, and it's for an incredibly important cause. We're streaming on Saturday because it's time to date. Welcome to the welcome to the LILGAMERLANE Boyfriend Roundup, June 2024. Hello, Sleeping Easy. Evie, I saw Chasm, I believe Chasm 45 in here earlier. Welcome to the stream. I'm quite excited. Quite excited about this. This has been a long time coming, and I've been working on this for weeks. And I'm so excited to share with you some of the work that we have been doing. This one's going to be a little different than some of my usual streams. This one is going to be a little bit of a recap of some of the, I'd like to say boys, but there's no, I'll get into that in a little bit. But this is going to be a summary of all of the boyfriends that we have collected over the course of the past couple of months. I say June because it's June. There's no rules. I think it's like this recaps like 3 months worth of boyfriends. So there's gonna be like there's gonna be kind of a lot of it. But it's June, so it's the June boyfriend roundup. Couple things. I'm trying to think if I have any updates right off the bat. July's coming up. I'll be posting the July schedule for my stream days coming up pretty soon here, possibly tomorrow. I probably won't post the games that I'm gonna play just to give me a little bit of flexibility because I might be starting a long play this month. I haven't decided yet, but I might be doing that this month. There's a possibility. But other than that, check out Instagram. I am working on Discord. It's not ready yet, but I think after this boyfriend stream is done, I'll have a little bit more time to focus on that aspect of things. I'm gonna jump into that a little bit. I think that's everything that I've got. I'm pretty sure that that's everything. So I will say right off the bat, this stream is going to depend pretty heavily on audience participation. So I would encourage you, if you have any... Oh, welcome, Cozy Gremlin. I'm so excited you're here. This is going to be... I am going to say that I want to see the innermost depths of your gamer hearts. I want to see your souls. If you feel very strongly about where a boyfriend should land in this stream, and I will show you what I mean in a little bit. I want you to feel emboldened, empowered to speak your truth, because that is going to really give us the best end of year boyfriend tier list that we can have. So without further ado, I'm gonna dive in a little bit. So first things first, warning, spoilers ahead for the following games. If this is the first stream of mine that you are seeing, it's gonna be a wild one. I welcome you all the same. You are welcome to be here. But just a heads up that there are a couple of spoilers for Hypnospace Outlaw is probably gonna be the biggest one. Man, if you haven't played the Humongous games, they are from like 20 years ago, but probably almost 30 years ago at this point. But just a heads up. There are spoilers for Hypnospace Outlaw, Freddy Fish and the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds, Put Put joins the parade, Pizza Possum, Pajama Sam in No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. I did the parentheses wrong, or not parentheses, the quotation marks wrong on there, don't worry about it. Haven't finished Put Put yet. Does he join the parade? Lord House, you gotta close this stream right now and go play Put Put joins the parade. And then you can come back. It takes about 16 minutes to finish when you don't mow all of the lawns. So sorry, spoiler. Spoiler for Put Put joins the parade. There's lawns. Let's see. Pajama Sam and No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside, Unpacking, Spy Fox and Dry Cereal, and Piku Niku. So if you plan on playing any of those games, and you don't want spoilers, and again, specifically Hypnospace Outlaw, I would super encourage, if you want to play that one, go ahead and, you know, you can come back later. You can come back when Freddy Fish comes on. There's plenty of good boyfriends in Freddy Fish, and a lot in Pajama Sam. But if you want to play any of these games, you know, feel free to bounce for when those sections come up, and then you can come on back in when when we're good to go. So, without further ado, what is a boyfriend? Okay? What's a boyfriend? And that's not a hypothetical that I'm asking you. It's a genuine question. I have no idea, because it started out when I was looking for the boyfriends. They were pretty tangible. They were like at least people. They were at least boys or girls, but at least people. And by the end of it, it was like a knife that we put in a shower, or an ant that was on screen for about 7 seconds. And so I don't really have a definition for what a boyfriend is, but I think we're gonna figure that out together today, quite honestly, and that is going to start with looking at all of the different boyfriends. I think we had 30 something, so let's take a look at our boyfriends for today. I'm gonna hop on over, and this is going to be our method for tracking where our boyfriends go. So, welcome to the June Boyfriend Roundup spreadsheet, chart, something? I don't know what to call it. This is all of the boyfriends that I personally could find over the course of the past, 3 months. As you can see, there are a lot of them. And while I can't necessarily categorize what makes a boyfriend, I am categorizing ways in which we can decide if they are the perfect boyfriend. Lane tried harder at this than I ever tried on any single project in my 18 years of education. I spent so long doing this, and I have to apologize if you are watching this on your phone. It might be hard to read. It might be a little hard to read. So I'm considering reformatting this for future roundups, but for the time being, I think that this will be good. I think that this will be fun. So a couple things to keep in mind, a couple things to think about. You know, what makes a good boyfriend? So a couple things. Do you think they like us? You know, do they respect the boundaries that we set? Do we share similar interests? Is this someone we can grow with? You know, do they make us laugh? Do they communicate effectively? Will they honor and validate our emotions? Are they hot? Like, these are the important questions that we need to be asking for this boyfriend roundup. And I think that we have a lot of really great contenders that can end up in the boyfriend material box. We also have some that we can break up with. And the other thing that I would like to point out is that I have created one additional box. Let me just go ahead and scoot on down here, and that is our Toxic Faves box. This is for the individuals who may have made the list. Maybe we got a little bit, maybe we're a little trigger happy. Okay, maybe we saw them, and you know, kind of a bad boy. Multiple glaring red flags the longer that we spent time with them. You know, friends and family are concerned. We probably cannot fix them, but God, we can try. So keep that in mind as we are sorting some of these boys and girls and objects, nouns really, as we're sorting some of these nouns into these separate topics. Just know that we have a couple of different places where they could land on here. So I think primarily we're going to be sending some up here, but we do have the Toxic Faves box in case there are any bad boys that we do want to keep track of. And who knows? Maybe we set some some channel goals, and if we reach a certain channel goal, right now I only have a red is my favorite flag. Oh no. Maybe if we set some channel goals, I've been thinking about this, because right now I only have a boyfriend tier list planned. However, I could set some goals, and if we reach a certain goal by the end of the year, I'll give it some thought. Maybe we do a Toxic Fave tier list at the end of the year. It's something to think about. But I think we should focus on the here and now. You know, we're here with so many boyfriends. We have so many boyfriends that we can go through. So let's just dig in, gang. Let's hop on over. We've seen our boyfriends, and it's time. It's time. So the first one that we are going to start with, and again, I encourage audience participation so that we can truly decide who deserves to go where on this list. This should be a good collaborative effort, and I can see where this would. I think that this will be a good one. So, Hypnospace Outlaw. This is the first long play that I did on this channel, and by long play, it took 2 months. And over the course of 2 months, this is the game that accumulated the most boyfriends. Now, not most boyfriends per capita. That one goes to Pajama Sam and No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. This one had, I want to say, 8 boyfriends, and Pajama Sam had 7. This game took 2 months to complete. Pajama Sam took 2 hours. But this one does take the cake for the most. And this is honestly where it all started. So we're gonna start with the boyfriend that started it all. We're gonna start with Dimitri. Dimitri is the boyfriend that he sent me an email asking for 200 internet dollars, and I sent him 200 internet dollars. And specifically, he wanted 200 internet dollars so that he could go in a submarine expedition, and he did. Didn't hear from him for a while. Got a little worried. We talked to the orb to see how things were going. Asked if things were good. Asked if just to check. We asked to see if he was alive. Orb seemed pretty certain that he was not. I believe that the exact words were absolutely not. So this was our boyfriend that we spent $200 on, and then he immediately perished in a submarine accident. But Dimitri is our first boyfriend. So let's hop back over to our boyfriend roundup. Okay. As we can see, we have Dimitri here. Is his supposed death factor a factor for our rating? Well, let me throw it out there. Is this someone we can grow with? Not really. Not anymore. We may have been at one point. Did they communicate effectively? The 2 emails that they got in by the time that we were able to talk to them were pretty good. Got pretty quiet towards the end of that. Gotta say, noticed. But, are they hot? We don't have any pictures of Dimitri. We don't know. Death is a bonus. Okay, this is an interesting direction that this stream is going to take, and I will say, based on some of the other things that have made it into this list, such as the shower knife, my $8 controller, someone's legs. So maybe it being, sentient, alive, maybe not necessarily the biggest thing here. Maybe we want a skeleton boyfriend. That's entirely possible. So I think for this one, I would like to see Ken's Pets Dogs. I have asked you to be in charge of polls, and just to see if this works, can I have you put in a poll for what we want to do with Dimitri? I think for the most part, I'm just going to go off of vibes on what I see in the chat. I feel like a lot of these we're going to feel pretty strongly one way or the other about what direction they need to go in, but some of these I think might take a poll to decide. So let's try and bring up a poll and see how that goes. I figure I know where Dimitri's gonna go. Listen, I am going to give my personal feelings on where I think boyfriend should go. But I know that I am not going to be the most popular opinion in the room for a lot of these, and nor should I be. So looks like the poll is up, so if you want to go ahead and get your votes in. Is it going? It looks like it's going. Yes, you did. It looks like it. All right. So it looks like you got a minute to vote. What should we do with Dimitri? Boyfriend material. All right. Boyfriend material's in the lead. We got boyfriend material. We got, all right, 3 for boyfriend, 3 for boyfriend material. I think I know where Dimitri's going. Apparently, oh, interesting. We got someone that wants to break up with him. Fascinating. I suspect that Dimitri is probably going to be... He's the original... You know what? I'll give him this. He's the original boyfriend in these circumstances. Dimitri is boyfriend material. Dimitri will be moving to the boyfriend box. Come on, Dimitri. Also, I did this in Canva, so I apologize about all the weird lines that are showing up. Someone doesn't appreciate a dead boyfriend. Man. You're gonna have a bad time if you think Chad is gonna put literally anyone in a box other than boyfriend material. I feel like toxic faves is going to, I feel like we're not gonna have a whole lot that we put in the breakup box. It's either gonna be boyfriend material or fight without believer. Okay. Well, that's our first boyfriend that's made it into the tier list for the end of the year. The other thing that I'll say, Casa 45. I think we might be on the same page a little bit, but you know what? I have no criteria for how many boyfriends make it through. If every single boyfriend makes it through, that's fine. However, you know, it would be nice to pare it down a little bit, a tiny bit. But again, if they all make it through, then we just have a really big tier list, and that's just how it goes. I'm here. We're effectively creating a LILGAMERLANE, like a dating sim, and I'm here for it. So if we just have a dating sim with like 800 boys in it, then that's just how it goes. Okay, so let's pop back over to our presentation. So that's Dimitri. Next we go on to Sam. So Sam the intern. I'm gonna say it, folks. Of all of the boyfriends that we have in this list, I think Sam is the most legitimate. The pixels, yeah. Of all of the boyfriends in this stream, I think that Sam is the most legitimate boyfriend. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you why, okay? I'm gonna show you. So, let's go through some of the options that we have so far. We have, do you think they like us? Sam, in an email after we dug up the dirt that we needed to dig up, said that she could kiss us on the lips, and that feels pretty indicative. But do they respect the boundaries that we set? She didn't kiss us on the lips without permission first. And yeah, maybe we were separated by the internet, but she didn't do a kiss on us, and that feels like respecting boundaries. Do we share similar interests? We were both involved in hypnospace, you know, and when it was first created, and then we made it, we came back to it, and, you know, I think that we have some good shared similar interests there. Is this someone we can grow with? We met them right around Y2K, and we came back 20 years later. We've grown together. I think that's beautiful. Do they make us laugh? I don't remember, but I bet she probably could. Do they communicate effectively? Very good at email. Very good at email. Sam is an HR violation. Well, you know, this is a valid point. Well, will they honor and validate our emotions? And I like to think yes. So, and are they hot? You be the judge. Hey, you be the judge. You tell me what you think of those pixels. Who flirts with email anymore? It was 1999. That was the option. That was what we had. So I'm gonna say it. Like, of all of the boyfriends that we have on this list, I feel like Sam is maybe the most legitimate boyfriend. Need to censor it. Per my last email, you're pretty hot. Yeah, listen. I'm here for it. I think Sam should make the boyfriend material list. This is my personal feelings. Now, I see some people saying that, hey, HR violation is possible, and, you know, Ken's Pets Dogs does bring up a good point. Sometimes friends just kiss each other on the lips. It's not weird. This is a valid point. But I'm curious to think, what are folks feeling about Sam the intern? Does anyone have any strong feelings one way or another? I feel like one way or another we can, I don't think that she's a toxic fave. I feel like she's pretty good. I also might just make my decision here. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm invoking stream law. They'd said they'd kiss us and they didn't. No, that's not trust issues, that's respecting our boundaries, because they didn't without our consent. And sure, it's possible. It's possible that it's just because there was a computer that was separating us. To HR, she's a toxic fave. This is interesting. She's gaslighting us. In what way? In what way is Sam gaslighting us? I need to know. Is gaslighting us about doing a kiss? About doing a smooches? Do we need a poll for this one? Ken's Pets Dogs, can I have you pull up a poll for this one? It probably won't be all of them, but it might be this one. I'm curious about some of the ones further down. I actually didn't. Hi, Casey Emerson. Welcome. We're trying to decide whether or not the intern from Hypnospace Outlaw makes it into this one. And for reference, this is the intern. So we're trying to decide if she makes it in. I personally feel like she should make it into boyfriend material, but most eligible, they're too perfect, and for that reason, I'm out. Okay, interesting. I've learned a lot about. Learned a lot about you just now. That works. Breakup box. Interesting. All right. Well, the poll is up, so if anyone wants to make their opinions heard here, feel free to throw it in there. Ooh, I'm curious. I'll roll with whatever the folks say. No, the breakup box is not the guillotine. we don't kill them. Wow. All right, we're three-way split right now. Interesting. All right, I'm seeing a couple more. Last chance. Welcome to the LILGAMERLANE's channel, where you date or you die. Wow, okay, interesting. All right, I guess Sam's going to the breakup box. Sorry, Sam, you are the most legitimate boyfriend on this list, and I guess that was just too much for us. Interesting. This stream's gonna go different than I thought it was going to. All right, I'm sorry, Sam. Time to die, I guess. Yang. Dylan sucks, and I don't want to date him. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, I'll breakups go to the submarine. Into the get Dimitri out of the submarine. This is where we gotta put up all the breakup boyfriends. I don't want Dylan. I don't want to date Dylan. He sucks. He took our internet away. We found out that he's a bad communicator because he hides stuff from us, and then when we find out what he did, then he takes away our internet, and that feels abusive and disrespectful. So I think we should break up with Dylan Merchant. I don't even think he's a toxic fave because I just kind of hate him. That's my personal feelings on that. Toxic. No, not a toxic fave. Just toxic. He has no redeeming qualities. He sucks. Send him to the sub. We cannot fix him. We cannot fix Dylan Merchant. He sucks. Look at him. Look at this man. We cannot fix this man. I'm going back to boyfriend roundup. My personal feelings are break up with this gentleman. We can put him as a toxic fave if people like him, but I don't. He took away our internet. He let a child take the fall for some real bad stuff that happens in the future. And then eventually when we found out all the freaking dirt, he was like, yeah, it's my bad. That's my bad 20 years later. That's my bad 20 years later. Are they hot enough? I mean, you be the judge. I think we break up with them. I think we break up. I think we break up with Dylan Merchant. Dylan, you got a lot of growing to do. All right. It's time for the one that presumably all of you have been waiting for. He def smells like Irish Spring. I could see that. There's more coming to the submarine. It's your boy. It's Professor Helper. And I know where I feel like he should fall on this list. Actually, I'd be surprised. I have two thoughts on where he could go. I suspect I know where he will land, but I do have a case for where I think he belongs. Now, no one can deny Professor Helper is a hottie. No one can deny this. Look at him. Look into those eyes. Tell me he's not beautiful. The most beautiful one on this list. However, let's take a look at our criteria here. And this isn't the only criteria that we can go off of, I'll tell you what, but I think that it's worth considering. Do they like us? Yeah, probably. Spend a lot of time, hanging out. Doesn't seem like they really want to leave. But do they respect the boundaries that we set? And I'm gonna say, not really. You know, we say, he comes up and he's like, oh, hey, it seems like you really need some help with something. Do you want help? And we're like, no, actually, Professor Helper, I think we're probably good. And he's like, okay. And then 45 seconds later, he comes up and he's like, it seems like you need help with this right now. Do you want some help? And do we have a friend zone box? Ooh. Probably. There. He is always there for us, and honestly, it's kind of a lot. Do we share similar interests? He seemed really interested in a book called Blood Money, and also in giving us viruses, and that feels not great. Is this, I mean, he does make us laugh, don't get me wrong. Does he communicate effectively? He's so loud. He's so loud. And he really only communicates 3 things, which is get this virus, get this book that has a virus in it. Will not abandon my boy. My personal feelings, although we do have a friend zone box now, but my personal feelings are that Professor Helper's kind of toxic. I kind of feel like Professor Helper is a toxic fave. That's my personal feelings. We could friend zone him. He's gotta be a mansplainer. Like, absolutely. Like, I feel like he is, like, one of those where, like, when you say, I mean, like, he does say, when he's done, he's like, okay, then, I'll just leave. But I feel like if we played that game a little bit longer, like, he would call us a lot of disrespectful words for not asking for his help. You know? You know what I mean? You know? But I know that he was there for us throughout the whole game, for better or for worse. So, you know, I'm shocked. I feel like I mean, like, my personal I guess now it could be friend zone box, boyfriend material, or toxic fave. Does anybody have any strong feelings so far? Actually, maybe this one would be a good one for a poll. I feel like the next 2 might be poll ones, and then we'll have a little bit of and then I think we'll kind of be in sync for the next couple of ones. Kenzie, could I have you pull up yeah, thank you. All right, polls up for Professor Helper. Where do we go? Where do we put him? I see a toxic fave. Ooh, we got a couple for toxic fave. Boyfriend material, interesting. This determines where and remember, we could have a toxic fave stream at the end of the year, so this might not be the end of Professor Helper. We could see him again. He could be the #1 toxic fave, who knows? But I'm thinking, I feel like I know where he's gonna go. All right, I'm seeing a couple other toxic faves. I kind of think Professor Helper's a bad boy. You know what? All right, I'm seeing 5. Yeah, I think we're in agreement here. I feel like Professor Helper is a toxic fave. This is just me personally. I think that he makes himself out to be real helpful, but in reality, it's kind of, we didn't ask for it, you know? All right, we're throwing in toxic faves. Professor Helper, you're our first toxic fave. Congratulations. Our friends hate you. I mean, like, we can say that we're gonna fix you. Like, we want to so badly. You cannot be fixed. Technically speaking, he can be fixed with a real hello, girl caffeinated. I do think we could have a bad boy stream. I think that there's room for that. He does need to help himself first. Absolutely. I think he needs some time to work on himself and maybe ask himself some questions. All right. Professor Helper is our first bad boy of the stream. Time to hop back over to another crowd favorite who... Guess who's back? That's right, it's Chowderman. It's Chowderman. Speaking of toxic faves, I mean, I feel like I know where he needs to go, but guess who's back? I suspect I know. I mean, like, this man flew a helicopter into a music festival and got a man killed as a result of it. I feel like he needs to work on himself a little bit. However, you know, he's hot. I mean, who can deny? Look at those glasses. Good sunglasses. Good hat. Good hair. Goatee. I don't know. My personal feelings. I feel like he could go into toxic faves, but it does seem, I will say, he does make us laugh pretty consistently. Does he communicate effectively? You know, sings songs. He's pretty good. Listen, he's good with his feelings. I feel like maybe he could honor and validate our emotions. Does he respect the boundaries we set? Hard to say. I don't think that we ever personally interacted with him, but like maybe. That's what we call boyfriend volume 1. Is this someone that we can grow with? I think he passed away before we returned in the second part of the game. I don't think that he made it to 2024. I don't 100% remember, so it's hard to say if we can grow with him. Certainly not in the year of our Lord 2024. But perhaps in between there, you know, if we're depending on how we want to roll with it, maybe in between there, perhaps. Do you think they like us? I don't think we ever actually met. But I feel like we have enough going back and forth. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that Chowderman should be boyfriend material. Do we want to roll with boyfriend? I think I'm good. I'll throw him. You know what? I'll be, you know what? We're going to open up our hearts to possibilities. We're going to put Chowderman in the boyfriend category. I feel like he has a lot of growing to do, but sometimes we heal through our relationships, and I think that that's beautiful. He wrote a song about the guy that he killed in a helicopter accident. So at least he's processing his feelings in a healthy way, I like to think. All right, we're going back. Presentation. Oh, should probably click on the right box here, huh? It's Artie. Gang, I don't want to date Artie. Gang, I don't want to date Artie. I feel like you see Artie at a party, and you talk to him, and he's gotta smell like old weed. I feel like this is a college boyfriend that you see, like, it's maybe like your first boyfriend, and you're like, yeah, this is beautiful, it's love, he's so deep. And then you hang out with him for like a week, and you're like, this guy sucks. This guy blows. I feel like God, I don't want to date Artie. I think it's maybe time to send him to. I'm seeing a lot of agreement there. I think it's time to send this man to the guillotine. All right, Artie, where are you? I had to scoot. There he is. I had to scoot a couple people around here. Scoot this gentleman down. Yeah, I don't think that we should date Artie, and I suspect the next one might be in a similar camp here. Is that red? It's kind of a similar vein. I feel like you hang out with this man for like you see him and you're like, man, this man's got some real feelings. This man's real deep. And then you hang out with him for like a month and you're like, this man is insufferable. This guy sucks. I got a pretty whack playlist going on the aux. Yeah, I feel like he'd be like, do you mind if I put on something? And you're like, yeah, no, go for it. And then it's just like, he just puts on his album. Like, he puts on Celestial Reflection. And he's like, yeah, this one's pretty. This is the equivalent of him putting on his, like, yeah. Can we get a guillotine emote? Possibly. Yeah, I might not be able to get that by Twitch, but we'll see. Yeah, he definitely thinks that he knows more about music than you. Yeah, I feel like, okay, I think we're all in agreement here. All right. Zared, it's sub time for you. All right. Next, ooh, this next one is gonna be a real crowd pleaser. I think we're all in agreement here. It's the orb. Ask the magic orb a question and it'll reveal your fate. It's orb time, baby. Gang, I mean, I was going back and forth on this one because I know orb, an inanimate object, you know, transcends gender, but quite frankly, isn't it a little exciting? Isn't it a little? Now, the one thing is that I don't feel like he's a particularly, you know, he's never going to ask us questions about our day, right? Like, we just have to ask him questions, and that's exhausting, right? But he gives us answers, and I feel like he listens to what we have to say and the things that we tell him, and then he responds, and sometimes he tells us that Sonic the Hedgehog may or may not be in hell. But you know what? He tells it like it is, and I think that that's a really beautiful thing. I think that after I've given it some thought, and nobody's perfect, but Orb is hot, and I feel like Orb belongs in boyfriend material. You know what? Is Orb actually a mansplainer? Now, see, this is interesting. Now, see, this is an interesting thing that you've just brought up here. Orb would never. Okay, well, Ken's Pets Dogs has confirmed that Orb would never. Orb would never. So at least that's a side. But would he honor and validate our emotions? And I think yes. I think that he listens to what we have to say. I think that that's very good. Let's see. Do they respect the boundaries that we set? I don't think that he has any other options because he's an orb. I don't think that he could cross those boundaries even if he wanted to because he's an inanimate object. I asked Orb if he would mansplain and he said no. He's adorable. Oh, that's very good. It's quite good. Do we share similar interests? I mean, like, he seems interested in everything that we have to say to him. Like, he's definitely got something to say about it. Is it someone that we can grow with? Probably not. But you know what? Nobody's perfect. Orb's going in the boyfriend box. Orb's going. Orb, your boyfriend material. All right. Aw, the lorb of your life. Cute. I think that's all of them for Hypnospace Outlaw. That's beautiful. So now we move on to Freddy Fish and the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds. This one also had quite a few in here. And this first one, God, I know what box he needs to go in, but I kind of... This is the definition of I know we can fix him. Let me pop in here. It's Eddie the Eel. Man, like I know he's toxic. I know that Eddie the Eel is toxic, but I feel like we can fix him, you know? I love him so much, but I feel like we can fix him. But I think that's the definition of a toxic family. This man, but is he gay? That's a good question. This is a valid, maybe he's pan. Maybe he's pansexual. Eddie the Eel feels, I can't explain why. In fact, I will not explain why. Eddie the Eel feels pansexual to me. I don't know what it is about him, but there is a pansexual vibe. Perhaps, I don't know. I can't explain why, but he's pansexual. But a couple things. Eddie the Eel blocked the entrance that we needed to go to find the missing treasure, the missing kelp seeds, would not let us pass. And would not let us pass until we gave him the last peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich in the entire ocean. We had the last food in the entire ocean, and the only way that he was going to let us through is if we gave him the last food in the entire ocean. I feel like Eddie the Eel has to be, he is a, you know what, I 100% agree. He's prime toxic fave. He does not care about our needs. He does not care about the needs of the rest of the ocean. You know what, I'm actually not gonna, you know what? Eddie, get in the box. Get in there. I'm sorry. I know I want to fix you, but we just can't. We can't fix you. Happy Pride, Eddie the Eel. This is very good. So let's see. Let's hop back on over to our presentation. Hold this back up. All right, next. It's the one, it's the only, it's the Professor Starfish. And quite frankly, I think we all know where he needs to go. Look at him. This is a boyfriend. Look at him and tell me that he doesn't belong in the boyfriend box. He's smart. He's hello, Dingus McBaseball. Welcome to the stream. We're just going through a couple of the boyfriends here and deciding which ones make it to the end of the year tier list. And I feel like Professor Starfish absolutely has to make it into the, like, look at him. Like, he's got a little bow tie, he's well dressed, he's invested in math, he's a smart man, he has a good, I assume, a good job. I think this is probably his job. Yeah, I think this is a boyfriend. He's got biceps. Look at this. Look at him. This starfish is stacked. Like, this is incredible. Like, this is a boyfriend. This is a boyfriend, absolutely. All right. Mr. Starfish, Professor Starfish, get on in there. Beautiful. Oh man. Okay, we're balancing this out a little bit more than I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. Let's hop back on over to our presentation. Gang. This took me probably 25 minutes to find. Because in a 2-hour stream, this crab was here for about 13 seconds. He ran out. He did a little dance, and then he ran back under a rock. And I know that everyone is going to say boyfriend, and I am gonna have to deal with it. It'd be funny if you spent all that time when we sent him to the submarine. Listen, either way, I am going to sit. We have, okay. Will they honor and validate our emotions? Who knows? Because we don't have any interactions with him aside from that time that he crawls out from under a rock and then crawls back under. Does he respect the boundaries that we set? Technically, he doesn't cross any boundaries because we don't interact with him at all. Do you think they like us? Who knows? I don't think he knows that we exist because he didn't face us that time that we saw him that one time for 13 seconds. Do we share similar interests? I guess we're both in the ocean. He probably wants to eat food. I know everyone wants him to be a boyfriend. It's called love at first sight for a reason. But he never saw us. He doesn't see us a single time. He's our soulmate. God damn it. Okay, fine. I'll put him in the box. Just look at him. Look at this insane little man. Oh, Lord. Okay, fine. We'll put the weird little crab in the boyfriend box. Took me so long to find. Stupid. Okay, fine. Next one is the pirate shark. Now, this one's a cutie. I actually feel pretty good about this one. I feel like he could be a boyfriend, right? I mean, look at him. He's got the female symbol on his hat, and some might say it's just an anchor, where his eyebrows are covering it. I disagree. I think he's a feminist, and I think that's beautiful. Honestly, I feel like he's a musician. He's a musician that needed a guillotine. What? What's wrong with Pirate Shark? He's a beautiful boy. He's a beautiful boy. He's got a beautiful song. Sings arg. He's in tune with his feelings. He's, he's funneling it into really healthy avenues, and I think that that's wonderful. We got our first spam message. The stream is growing. Beautiful. Aww. Yeah, I think we got a couple so far. But I'm honored. I'm honored that a robot thinks that I am worth talking to. Yeah, Ken's Pet's Dogs is absolutely a spam sniper. It's incredible. It's fascinating. All right. What do I feel about Pirate Shark? I kind of love him. But I also know that we have a lot of boyfriends that we feel quite strongly about. So if other folks aren't really feeling Pirate Shark, I'm seeing boyfriend. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Like, he's a musician, and like he loves singing with us. That's really nice. That's really sweet. I mean, look, he's a cutie. I think we should make him a boyfriend. That's my personal feelings. All right. If I don't see any opposition, I'm putting him in the boyfriends. Yeah, we love a singing feminist. All right, put him in the boyfriend material. Pirate Shark, we love ya. All right. Next. Ray and the super duper duka buka polygizmo. Ray needs to be a boyfriend. I'll say it. Look at him. Look at how cute Ray is. I love him. He's the cutest. He's adorable. Look at his eyes. Look at the way he's standing. He's an inventor. He's a visionary. He's cute as hell. I love him so much. He has to be a boyfriend. I honestly, I don't even know why I'm waiting here. Ray's gonna be a boyfriend. It's a real bummer because the ones with the longest names are the ones that are making it into the boyfriend material box. Here, Pirate Shark can go up here. By the way, I made this in Canva. So you might be seeing the lines kind of popping up everywhere. I'm playing around with if I want that to be the norm, or if I can find another program moving forward. But for the time being, I think this is honestly working pretty good. Yeah, Ray simply has to. He's so cute. Look at him. He's adorable. He helps us out. He helps us get pearls. That's right, it is National Guy Day. I forgot about that. So hats off to all of the mans, and all the boyfriends. This one's for you. Hey gang, does everybody have coffee? I have a nice little coffee today. It is delicious. I went out specifically to get a bag of nice coffee this morning, and it's so delicious, and I love it. But I've also got a nice little ice water because I want to make sure that I'm hydrating. All right, Ray, I love you. You're you're coming into the next one. All right, that was all that we had for Freddy Fish in the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds, which brings us to Putt Putt Joins the Parade. From what I could find, I could only find one. Oh, thank you, Snakes Rolls 32. Yes, Hydro Homie. Everybody take a sippy of water. This is my ice water. You can hear. You can't hear. All of the ice, all of the ice kind of formed together and melted together. Thank you, Snakes Rolls 32. Hydration is important. Ooh, that's cold. Ooh, that's good. There is only one boyfriend for Putt Putt Joins the Parade. And that's Mr. Baldini. Mr. Baldini is the grocery store owner. He was also kind of our boss. And I think that if we're going to talk about HR violations, I feel like that might be worth taking into consideration. But he's a kind man. He's got a nice mustache. I'm trying to decide what direction Mr. Baldini goes in. Extremely Italian-American one. Yes, he's a unit and Italian. That is such a grocery store owner name. Yes, absolutely. He's got a good mustache. So, what do you guys think? You know what? I mean, aside from the fact that, yes, he HR violation. This is my personal toxic fave. Okay, interesting. I could see this. You know what? I could see this as a toxic fave. Cats, pets, dogs, no. You can't do this. You can't. You simply cannot. We're going to fight you. Anyways, I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing friend zone. I'm seeing personal toxic fave. Please read the chat rules. Mr. Baldini might actually need a vote. All right, Stream Dad does bring up a good point. Ken's Pets Dogs, do you think that you could bring a do you think that you could pull up a poll for this one? Mr. Baldini is surprisingly divisive. I like the idea of a beige flag. I feel like that's a TikTok thing, right? I have a TikTok. I don't know how to use it. TikTok frightens me. And And on that note, what should we do with Mr. Baldini? Poll is up. Feel free to go ahead and vote on that one. I'm seeing a toxic fave right off the bat. Interesting. Oh man, red, white, and green flag. Am I right? You're so right, bestie. Green, white, and red flag. So right, bestie. All right, I'm seeing a lot of toxic faves. Mr. Baldini. Yeah, he did have, between the HR violations and, maybe kind of exaggerated Italian accent, it might not be the most polite. I could see this being a toxic fave. I could see him landing in that box. Ooh, sip of my Kofi. I'm drinking out of my capybara mug. It's delicious. And I think it tastes better because it's in the capybara mug. All right, Mr. Baldini is a toxic fave. Wow, I actually don't know where I thought Mr. Baldini was gonna lie in here, but you know what? Interesting. All right, Baldini, where are you? Get on in the box. It's no submarine. Oh man, gang, I've started to figure out how I can make sure that Moch is comfy during these streams, and so I just put down I put down the flannel that I wore yesterday, and I just threw that on my bed, kind of scrunched it all up like I just, you know, tossed laundry on the bed. And Moch is just passed out on it, and it's very, very cute. Doesn't take much to make that one happy, and it's great. Oh, let me go ahead and scooch that on up for you guys. It look ridiculous. Okay. Let's hop back in. Pizza Possum! This one also only has one. The only reference to a boyfriend I could find in Pizza Possum was the dog with the big pizza. And to my knowledge, this is the only dog with a big pizza. I think her name was like Bella LeChonk or like Bella LeChonky or something like that. But no one said Bella boyfriend. Everyone just said the dog with the big pizza. So, it's the dog with the big pizza. Inclined to guillotine him because he's a king. Okay, now see, this is interesting. Now see, this is a good point. This is valid. Guillotine, boyfriend, eat the rich like a pizza. Put the rich on a pizza. Interesting. I'm seeing a lot of guillotine talk. They have a pizza. If we guillotine them, we could take the pizza and share it with our boyfriend. Have we thought about this as a possibility? Do we get the pizza if he is decapitated? Now see, this is what this is my thought. This is what I'm thinking. Also, we did just steal the pizza from we did just steal the pizza from him before. So like I think I think we're sending him to the submarine. Let's head back over to the sub. The dog with the big pizza, you're going in the breakup box. Make a quick adjustment here. No, this is gonna be confusing for VODs. But I'll do a little tiny one in little parentheses. We'll bump that. Oh, Lord. Okay, we'll just make that a little smaller. Okay, just make it a little smaller. Oh, okay, just gonna scoot this on down. Okay. Surely this won't be confusing for VODs. Surely this won't be confusing even a little bit for VODs. You know what? I'm just gonna decide. We're gonna set it to... Nope, 48's gonna be way too small. Okay, and then we're gonna scoot it on down here. And then we're gonna bump it up to like 64. Now we're gonna bump it up to 72. And then in parentheses, the submarine. There! How's that for compromise? Alright. The breakup box is also the submarine. How's that? Incredible. Beautiful. Alright, let's get back into it. Oh, I believe that I've accidentally just opened up Steam. I think I accidentally hit. I sure did. I would like to leave Steam, please. So sorry. One moment. All right, shutting down Steam. All right, there we go. Now's not the time for video games. We're dating boys. And also just other nouns. Okay. Next. This is our big one. It's Pajama Sam and No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. This one had the most boyfriends per capita, and this one sucked the most. Randall the Ant took me so... Randall the Ant took me so long to find. Oh my god. Lord House and Ken's Pet's dogs can confirm because I was texting both of them at the same time, just losing my absolute gourd, trying to find this stupid ant, and it was in the first, like, 10 minutes of the game. It was in the first 10 minutes of the game, and I was digging around in the entire underground the whole time trying to find him, and I couldn't find him anywhere. But he was in the first 10 minutes of the game. I got there eventually, but my god. Anyways, this is Randall, the ant. He shows up, an announcer says, "Introducing Randall," and then he walks out. He waves, and then he walks away. And that's it. And that's Randall. So, what do you want to do with him? Where do we... Boyfriend. Okay, yeah. I figured. Small king. Okay. I guess I could see that. If we are going by the rules that we've gone off of so far, you know, we have a tendency to send the kings to the sub. But, you know what? In this case, different one. Honda so far, maybe that's because he's red. You bring up a valid point. Technically speaking, he does fall under the qualifications of are they hot. It's on a technicality, but technically speaking, I think that counts. Do we want Randall the Ant to be a boyfriend? I can't wait for the end of the year stream for us to look at Randall the Ant and everyone's gonna be like, who the fuck is Randall the Ant? Who is the ant? What game is he a part of? Where did he come from? Who's that? Who's that boy? Fine. Begrudgingly. He also wasn't mean to us. I mean, I feel like maybe we should take more criteria into consideration. But sure, we'll roll with that. Randall can be a boyfriend, fine. All right. Back to our presentation. Next is the tree root that was also an old man. This is a tree root. When you click on him, he's like, back in my day, we had Pong. And then he says, oh, I remember. And then he says, back in my day, we had Pong. And that's kind of it. And you know what? At the time, I was in love with him. Looking back, I'm not sure there's a whole lot there. This is just rebranded Professor Helper. Like, honestly, kind of. Friend zone, I could see a spot for him in the friend zone, actually. I could definitely see that. Because let's look. Let's be real. Do we share similar interests? I mean, kind of, but I feel like he'd be a dick about it. Like, you know how he's like, oh, back in my day, we had Pong. And it's like, yeah, listen, I've played Pong too. It's fun. It's great. Is it someone we can grow with? Technically speaking, because he's a tree, but you know what? But is he a effective communicator? I mean, not really. I don't think that he listens very good. I'm putting him in the friend zone. Oh, man. Hold on, I gotta lock this. Lock. Oh, man. Hold on, I gotta send this to the back. Unlock it. Send it to the back. Send it to the back. And then we gotta lock it. And then we gotta put the tree root that was also an old man. It gets its own box, and that's just sad. Yeah, I think he goes in there. Scoot that on over there. All right, perfect. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a Professor Helper in disguise. I feel like because he doesn't show up as much as Professor Helper does, I feel like I'm just comfortable friend zoning him. Ooh, mid-streaming announcement. Yeah, I feel like we're actually on, like, we're kind of getting there. I feel like we're probably at about the halfway point. I I'm gonna try and keep this one to about the same amount of time that we usually have streams for, but if it goes a little bit later or a little bit like less time, then we can kind of play it by ear. But it's Saturday and we're vibing. So yes, midstream announcements. Instagram. I think I'm gonna post the results of this stream on Instagram, so if you are having a hard time seeing what is in the boxes right now, don't worry about it. I am going to post the results on Insta. So if you want to see those results, then head on over to Instagram and I will be able to show you where everybody landed, where our boyfriend material was, who our breakup box boys boyfriends were, and who our toxic faves were. If you are enjoying this, please feel free to let me know, because this stream was a lot of work. But that said, I think now that I have a format, I think that it's gonna get a lot easier. So if you enjoyed doing this, then feel free to let me know and I will keep doing more things like this. I think it's kind of fun that the Little Gamer Lane channel now has its own dating sim, kind of built in every month or every other month or however many times. I probably won't do this monthly, just because it's kind of nice to be able to do a big ol' grouping of boyfriends at the same time. So maybe like every other month. We'll see in August if we want to do another one or if we wait until September or something. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I'm working on Discord. It's not ready yet, but I'll let y'all know when it is. I'm still learning what it is and how it do. But other than that, thanks for hanging out on a Saturday, folks. I would have been fine with whatever happened today, but I am excited to see that people showed up because I think the audience participation part of this is just so fun. So thank you for being here. I am very appreciative. This is a silly idea and I'm glad that it's working. So that's all I got. Let's dive right back into it. Oh yeah, and if you want to see my my schedule coming up, I think I'm gonna try and post the July schedule tomorrow. I think I have my dates in place, so it's just a matter of like deciding what games I'm gonna play, but I don't think I'm gonna post those, so I'll be able to post the schedule. So if you want to know what dates I'm streaming, you'll be able to find them there. So, all right, back in. So let's hop to our next one. Speaking of trees, this was a pretty tree-heavy stream. We have knockoff Grandmother Willow. Grandmother Willow, knockoff Grandmother Willow. She was not Grandmother Willow. But knockoff Grandmother Willow was very nice. She let us borrow a rope, which we lost. And she was like, oh, that's fine. I actually didn't want it anyways. And then she gave us helpful hints. So she listened to our problems. She seemed invested in some of our problems, and wanted to make sure that we got help. I don't know if I would consider, I kind of don't know if I would consider to be a boyfriend, but you know what? I said the same thing about Sam the intern, but I think, it's the passion, and I think that the knockoff Grandmother Willow is a really wonderful friend. Too perfect, guillotine time. Okay, interesting. You bring up an interesting point. I mean, she's not a toxic fave. She's not toxic. I feel like she's quite helpful and she's invested in us. Because she's a tree. It's Pride Month. Wow, interesting. It's almost like it's the end of Pride Month, and suddenly everyone forgets the reason for the season, which is trees, I guess. Happy Pride from Eddie the Eel, the pansexual eel, the canonically pansexual eel. Plus an LGBTQIA is trees. There's literally a T. Everyone knows that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, the T real estate in the LGBTQ has already been taken up, reasonably so. So I think that tree just kind of, they throw that in there in the very end, just to make up space for it. Yeah, I don't know, gang. Maybe friend zone. Maybe. I feel like she would honestly feel the same way. I feel like knockoff Grandmother Willow. I don't know if she likes us like that. I feel like she's like a motherly, perhaps grandmotherly figure. And while it's nice, I just don't feel like the passion's there. So I kind of think maybe friend zone, possibly. Plus is basically a T in band handwriting. You're so right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Friend zone, maybe? Like I said, I feel like she's probably in agreement. Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna, let's throw her in the friend zone. I'll have to remember this for next time. I think I'm gonna have to add another box. I'm just gonna put her around the just gonna put her around here. Man, a lot of trees in the friend zone, I'm noticing. A lot of trees. This is the grandma box. All right, everyone. This is the grandma box. Okay, next one. Comrade Carrot literally has to be a boyfriend. There's no other options, okay? I'm saying this. There's no other options. Comrade Carrot must be boyfriend. Look at him. This is a boyfriend. Okay? I mean, like, if you guys don't agree, that's fine. But I mean, like, look at him. He's passionate about a cause. He's hot. He is invested in workers' rights, which we love to see. You know, I just think that this is someone who we could really grow with. He's a carrot. Vegetable. Guy is based. He's a boyfriend. I feel like he has to be a boyfriend. Like, look at him. Look at him. He's got a little leafy beard. Comrade Carrot. And like, I'm gonna say it. His voice actor is great. I love it. Like, listening to his voice in this game was a delight. He'd make a good soup. He's absolutely a boyfriend. Soup boyfriend? Incredible. Remarkable. We love to see it. Easy. Easy one. Cart. Cart. What is there to say about Cart? He's a cart. Wheels us around. He lied to us in the beginning and then laughed at us when we believed him because we're a child. I don't think that Cart should be a boyfriend. I think he's a toxic fave. Don't get me wrong. I liked Cart, and he did wheel us around quite a bit. Well, okay. Now I'm wondering, what do we think about Cart? I'm not sure. He is needy. He needs oil. Yeah, you know what? I could see that. A little needy. Toxic fave because we only use him. Now, see, this is good. It could be toxic going both ways. I'm seeing a lot of toxic folks. I think or toxic folks that think that he's toxic. You know what? I agree with that. Cart, get in the toxic faves. Carried the whole relationship. We don't feel the same way. Yeah, you know? And that's okay. Kind of hot. That's what makes him a toxic fave. Listen, we can want to fix him while acknowledging that he has red flags. He's needy. The entire relationship was based on his needs and not really ours until, I mean, he did wheel us around at one point, but it's, you know what? That's not the point. He was doing it anyways. Next. Darkness is kind of hot. Darkness is kind of hot. He played cheese and crackers with us and he let us win. Enemies to lovers. This is literally the definition of enemies to lovers. Like, I feel like this could be a really good one for boyfriend material. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna put him in the boyfriend category. We love an emo boy. Yeah. Look at him. This is the equivalent of... This automatic boyfriend. Can I get some cheese and crackers in the chat, please? Thank you. Cheese and crackers for darkness, please. Thank you. Thank you. Darkness boyfriend. Oh. I mean, I can. The void calls to us, and we say yes. I think this is the only enemies to lovers boyfriend that we have on this list, and I think that it's important to have that representation. Thank you. All right. Next. Let's hop back over. Okay. Next. We can go ahead and just unpacking. Slug boy. Okay. Now hold on. I'm so sorry. I will go back. I respect y'all's opinions, and I do think that we should set a lot of things to a vote. This is not an option. The hot bridge simply must be a boyfriend. He's big, he's buff, he's beautiful. He is a bridge to love, perhaps? Yes, he's a boyfriend. Does anyone disagree with me on hot bridge? I don't think so. I think even during the stream, we were all like, you know, my stance on being perfect. Listen, I'm sure he has some flaws. He did ask us for money, which is, you know, he did ask us for money before he'd let us pass, but it's different from Eddie the Eel, though, because his bridge is hot. I don't make the rules. I'm taking a sip of my coffee. Yeah, I think we're in agreement. I think we agree that hot bridge simply must make it. Yeah. Expressing his needs. He's a good communicator. Yes, absolutely. Could we grow with him? I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. We look at all of the bridges we could cross with him. That's beautiful. And it's not enemies to lovers. We just met him. This was a meet cute. It's delightful. Yeah. Hot bridge absolutely makes it to boyfriends. Unpacking. There were a couple in unpacking. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know where he's going to go. I will ask you all for your opinion on Slug Boyfriend, but I feel like the fact that it's in the title, it simply, I feel like it's gonna. Peak male form. You might not like it, but this is what peak male form looks like. Okay? Wet, slimy, cute. Honestly, this one's kind of cute. Slug boyfriend to slug husband pipeline. Now, see, here's the question that I have for the end of the year tier list. I did think about having one ultimate boyfriend, or husband. Do we want to have an end of the year like #1 boyfriend or an end of the year #1 husband? What are we feeling? And we can talk about this as we get a little bit further on. Slug Boyfriend is a contender for boyfriend of the year. I know. I know where he ends up on this list. Slug Boyfriend, where are you at? All right. You get to go right under Ray. And this is not the ranking system, by the way. We will actually have a tier list for when we do that. But yeah, I feel like as of right now, I'm kind of boyfriend's going to one final showdown for the title of husband. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I was thinking the A list or like the S tier boyfriends we would go ahead and rank it. Not even in a video game. First IRL boyfriend. Ooh, we did. Fight to the death in the submarine. Yeah, I think S tier boyfriends go. We can rearrange and decide. We can order and decide who becomes the title of husband for 2024. Yeah, I could see that being good. I could see that being fun. All right, back to our presentation. Let's see. So. Can you believe it? I didn't have a whole lot of good pictures for shower night. Is there going to be a sports ball bracket for boyfriends? Now that's interesting. We could decide, okay, this is going to be deciding how we want to do the end of the year stream. Because we could have our tier list and then have one final showdown of the S tier boyfriends. And we could do a sports ball bracket if we wanted to do it that way. That is an option that we could absolutely do. I might write that down. That could be fun. I think it'd be super fun to have, to let folks follow along at home and to make their own decisions and like share what their tier lists were and stuff like that. I think that could be fun. I almost did that for this one, but I just didn't have time to work that all out. But yeah, I'm playing around with what that end of the year one could look like. So, but if folks are interested in a sports ball bracket, if folks want to do a final showdown of the boyfriends, absolutely. Choose your own boyfriend adventure, absolutely. Discord sports bracket. I feel like we could probably do something fun. Maybe I do have to get working on Discord. I think that could be really fun. All right. Shower knife. Is he toxic fave? What do we think about shower knife? Shower knife was a knife that I put in the shower. Now, let's look at our criteria. So, do you think they like us? I'm not sure because it's a knife that I put in the shower. Do they respect the boundaries that we set? I'm not sure because it's a knife that we put in the shower. We share similar interests? I don't know because it's a knife that we put in the shower. Is this someone we can grow with? Probably not because it's a knife that we put in the shower. Came with us through so many phases of life. Toxic. Okay. I think we gotta leave this one up to a vote. Hey, Ken's Pets Dogs, could you throw up a vote for shower knife? They stayed there for us. They're gonna give everyone in the submarine a knife. Like, it feels like an accident waiting to happen. Interesting. We could... submarine and knives. Interesting. Okay. Poll is up. Go ahead and decide who you would like to, where you'd like to put shower knife. See, 2 in boyfriend material. Interesting. Very interesting. We got a tie between boyfriend material and toxic fave right now. Toxic fave is in the lead. Anybody else got any votes? Anybody got some feelings? 4 for toxic fave. Interesting. And like I said, we could do a toxic fave tier list at the end of the year too. I might set some goals for the channel, and if we reach those goals, maybe we have a toxic tier list as well. That could be kind of fun. Actually, yeah, that sounds really fun. That sounds really good. Maybe if we hit 100 followers by the end of the year, we can do a toxic tier list. Something like that. All right. Apologies, toxic fave. Shower knife is a toxic fave. It's a real bad boy. Shower knife, absolute bad boy. We love him. We love to see him. Listen. Oh, oops. Okay, let's put him down here. He has my heart forever. Listen, it's just gonna be really hard to grow with him. It's gonna be really, I don't know if we share any similar interests. I don't know if he communicates effectively. Okay. Next. So this one's a bit of a wild card. Now, see, here's an interesting... So, I was going through the subtitles again, trying to find shower knife yesterday, when I realized that I had missed a boyfriend because Cozy Gremlin, when I had reached, I believe this was when I hit my 50 followers, I was like, this is so great, this is so exciting, and I can't wait to see what we do next. And Cozy Gremlin, I believe it was to the effect of, I think the next thing you should do is put Freddy Fazbear in the tier list. You coward. And so he's here. Here he is. It's Freddy Fazbear. So what do we do with Freddy Fazbear? You know, from Unpacking. Famously from the game Unpacking. Boyfriend, okay. Alright, I'm seeing 2 very different opinions in the chat. Alright, alright. Are we going to have to set up a poll for Freddy Fazbear? Are we gonna have to vote on if Freddy Fazbear from Unpacking the video game makes it into the boyfriend tier list? Ken's Pets Dogs, can you put up a poll for Freddy Fazbear? It's unbelievable. I love it when he does the Freddy Fazbear thing. Alright, polls up. Thank you, Ken's Pets Dogs. Alright, I'm seeing... Oh, ooh! We got a 3-way split right now, folks. Interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna do if there's a tie. Now, see, this is an interesting... All right, we got some more votes. I guess I'm seeing more in boyfriend material. So I'm seeing. I think Freddy Fazbear is gonna be a boyfriend this year. Freddy Fazbear from Unpacking the Video Game? Alright, got like 10 seconds left if anyone else has any opinions on where Freddy Fazbear should go. And are you serious? Alright, Freddy Fazbear is going in boyfriend material. Cozy Gremlin, I hope you're happy. Sweet Lord. Alright, Freddy Fazbear. Oh, I don't think I have one for Freddy Fazbear yet. Alright, let me grab this. Freddy Fazbear. Unpacking. This is stupid. Okay. Just made Stakes Rules 32 the happiest man on National Man Day. I'm glad. National Guy Day. Okay, I'm gonna have to scoot some boys around here. I'm feeling good about this list so far, though. Darkness, Hot Bridge, Weird Little Crab, Ray. Honestly, the fact that Ray made it in is what I'm probably happiest about. But we do have a couple of other contenders, quite frankly. We got a couple more that we gotta run through. All right, gang. Presentation. We have our Plomantic roommate, and arguably this was the. I spoke about Sam being one of the most like legitimate boyfriends that we have on this list. I think there's reason to believe that this one works out pretty good too. So I could see now. The thing is we don't see much of the interaction. It's a lot of environmental storytelling. If this is an automatic boyfriend, then nothing is real. Now, see, this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm so curious. Friend zone. Friend zone. I mean, like, we do grow with this person through the game. I think that that's pretty clear. Love wins. Here, let's pull a boyfriend roundup. Let's look at our categories. Do you think they like us? It takes, you know, it's hard to say. This is the friend zone that we share a bed with specifically. We move in and have a baby together. Is it so? It does seem like okay. It does seem like someone that we can grow with. Our stuffed animals sit next to each other on the bed. Okay, I see your points. No, the baby was the landlord. Now see, this is. I'm gonna tell you what. I see the fervor with which Girl Caffeinated is sharing, and I feel like that passion. I'm going to reward that. I think that the Plomantic roommate makes the boyfriend list. I think Plomantic roommate might like us. Maybe. Who knows? Ooh, thank you for the gift. Ooh, thank you for, oh, Kent's Pets Dogs. Thank you for the money. Thank you. All right. I think Plomantic, we could make a case that Plomantic roommate would make a good boyfriend. I think the case could be made. Hypothetically. All right. That's in the tier list. Decided to give that to my IRL partner. Not playing favorites. Thank you, Girl Caffeinated, for the bits. Love wins. Oh, I got a little hype train going. Hell yeah. Thank you. All right. Presentation mode. Ooh. Getting a lot of good sounds going on here. Thank you, gang, for the hype train. Appreciate that. Next, we have Spy Fox in dry cereal. This one has a lot. Thank you, New Type North. I know that you're, I know that someone else gave you the sub, but I'm glad you're here too. All right, Spy Fox. Now, see, this is interesting because this is the only character on the list that is a playable character that made it to the tier list. So, I mean, like, Spy Fox is kind of hot. Like, if I played this game as a child, I would have had the biggest crush on him. There's only one top boyfriend for me, and it's that math starfish from Freddy Fish. Okay. Would have gifted the sub to him if he'd let me. That's very valid. What do we think about Spy Fox? Interesting. Hot toxic fave. I could see that. I could see Spy Fox being a toxic fave. I feel like he's got some, I feel like he's hot. I feel like, he just makes like a lot of puns. I think he probably thinks a lot about himself. I don't think that he asks us a lot of questions. I think that we can definitely fix him. I think that answers where Spy Fox is going. I think that answers where Spy Fox is going so fast. I think Spy Fox is a toxic fave for sure. Okay, that answers that question. All right, let's hop back in. Unless we have any other discourse, but I feel like Spy Fox is probably a toxic fave. All right. Let's see. Big Pig! Big Pig might be a toxic fave too. I feel like Big Pig is maybe a toxic fave, you know? Like maybe. He was also he was guillotine. Oh, okay, interesting. Lane's just a top hog looking for her Big Pig. Thank you. I'm gonna embroider that on a pillow. I'm gonna put that like I don't use Bumble anymore, but I might create one just so that I can say I'm just a top hog looking for my Big Pig and see what happens. Send him to the sub. We're over singing not hot toxic instead of hot pocket. That's very good. Emotionally abusive. Go fish would be fun to play on a submarine in the depths. Played way too many games with your head. Now, are we sending him to the submarine or are we sending him to the toxic faves? Throw the whole pig away. All right, I think we're sending him to the breakup box. I think he's going to the sub. Big Pig, welcome to the submarine. Idiot. I'm sorry I called you an idiot, but we are breaking up with you. All right, Big Pig's going to the sub. Enjoy the ride, nerd. All right. Walter the Bug. I feel like we could make a pretty good case for Walter the Bug being a boyfriend. I mean, like, he's well dressed. He is incredibly brave. He's doing really dangerous missions, and that's like kind of hot. Yeah, boyfriend. I think Walter the Bug could be a boyfriend. Like we dropped we dropped everything when he got captured and like immediately like took our rocket car and went as quickly as we could to find him. And I feel like there's some emotional investment there that is important to keep in mind. I think Walter the Bug is a boyfriend. Mr. K.C. Emerson wants this to be a boyfriend. I think that Walter the Bug is a boyfriend. Thank you, Sleeping Evie, for the bits. He's a good little man. Yeah, I think that Walter the Bug is a boyfriend. I agree. Walter the Bug, get on over there. Running a little low on room here. Okay, it's okay. We got 4 more. We got 4 more that we can do. Okay. So, let's pop back over to presentation mode. All right, we're on to our last game, and that is Piku Niku. A ghost. I mean, like, look at him. I feel like he's gotta be a boyfriend, right? Maybe he did break up with us. I think maybe he broke up with us. But, like, I mean... he gave us his full moral support. Like, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of boyfriend in the chat. Like, I don't even think that this is a question. I think a ghost. I think a ghost makes it in here. Lord, I'm running out of space. He friend-zoned us, right? I don't see how that's applicable. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Okay. Yeah, ghost makes it in. Ghost. There we go. He fits. He's good. Okay, back to the presentation. We got a couple more. Rock the Rock Roxin. We broke his table, and he made us play hide and go seek with him. How do we feel about Rock the Rock Roxin? It's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. So happy, so toxic. It's entirely possible. I'm seeing boyfriend. Okay. I'm seeing a couple of different options here. Toxic fave. He's always playing games. Interesting. He is playing games. This is true. Do we need a poll for Rock the Rock Roxin? I'm seeing a couple of different options here. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll for Rock the Rock Roxin. Thank you. Thank you, Ken's Pets Dogs. All right, polls up. What do we do with Rock the Rock Roxin? Toxic fave. I'm seeing that. I could see it. We do accidentally break his table after like lightly touching it with our toe, and then he says there's only one way to fix this, and that is if you play hide and go seek with me. And it was an accident. It was an accident, gang. I accidentally broke his entire table. Now the other guy whose pottery I smashed, that one wasn't an accident. That one, I was the toxic fave. But Rock the Rock Roxin, I feel like he just didn't listen to us. He didn't even give us a chance to explain that it was an accident. And sure, maybe we were toxic in that game, but he was toxic first. So, honestly, ooh, interesting. I'm seeing boyfriend material. I'm seeing breakup box. I'm seeing toxic fave. I'm seeing it all across the board. Rock the Rock Roxin is a toxic fave, everybody. Incredible. Rock the Rock Roxin. It's time. Okay. I pulled up Canva. Toxic fave. There we go. All right, couple more. Now, I do know that there are a couple of other boyfriends that I may have missed, so I will leave up, I will save some time for some of those, but for the time being, we're gonna roll with the ones that we still have. Lane's $8 controller. So this one I'm actually gonna do a little shout out because, I believe it is Nathaniel Goddamn on Instagram, who was rooting for the $8 controller to make it to the boyfriend box. $8 controller has been there for me through. Oh man, I'm seeing a lot of toxic faves. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of toxic faves. Oh no, you know, $8 controller has been there for me through so much. However, it did a little bit of gaslighting, you know, when the game was like, you need to press these buttons, and then it would be like, no, you actually need to press these buttons. And I'm like, well, which is it? Which is it? $8 controller. Not even a joystick on that thing. Sounds toxic to me. I think the $8 controller might be a toxic fave. Man, that's okay. You know what? I will concede. I will give it to the chat. Looks like $8 controller is a toxic fave. You know what? We might come back. We might come back in a toxic fave stream. In a real villain arc. Or maybe perhaps a redemption arc. Who knows? All right. It's like not the direction that I thought that one was gonna go. Listen, it's fine. I'll defer to your judgment, but it's super not what I thought. Okay, next, teleportation frog. We found him in a cave, and he offered to teleport us across the cave, I think. Asked us a lot. I feel like he asked us like a lot. And that feels like questioning our capabilities as gamers. And man, I don't know if I'm here for that. What do you guys think we should do with Teleportation Frog? My personal feelings, I feel like we could break up with him. Frog is a homie. Is that boyfriend or friend zone? That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, like, I could see that he could be friend zone. I could see that. He seems nice. He seems nice. I think that he is trying. I think that he could be a good boyfriend. He just has a lot of work. He just has some work that he's got to do. You know, he's not really respecting, it doesn't seem like he's respecting boundaries. When we tell him no, we don't need his help. And he's like, oh, I think you might though. You know, I'm just, if you know, I'm here. You know, I could teleport you if you want. And that just feels a little showy. I think that he could be a friend. I think that he is a friend. I think he's trying, but he's going about it the wrong way. I could see this being a friend zone. All right. I think this is a friend zone. Y'all feel good about that? I could see this being friend zone. Man, I'm gonna have to make a friend zone box next time. Maybe I'll scoot toxic faves over and I'll put in a friend zone box. That'll give us a little bit more flexibility for what we do here. Yeah, I think the teleportation frog is a good vibe. I don't know if he's a good boyfriend. All right. On to the last one that I have. The buff man's legs specifically. Now, I need to be clear. I looked at the chat and I looked at what I listened to the commentary. And I said, do we want to, because someone had said date him. And I said, do we date this man? And then someone said, no, his legs specifically. And I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how you date a man's legs and not the whole man. I don't know how you do that. I'm seeing boyfriend right off the bat, and I need someone to explain it to me. I need someone to explain that to me, how we can have boyfriend out of 2 legs. A knife in the shower can help. Put a blanket over the rest of him. Okay. Now see, this is a good... this is about, we have 2 different options for how we could carry out buff man's legs specifically. All right. Do we want to put the buff man's legs specifically in the boyfriend category? Good lord. Nothing to fix with these legs. It's true, he's got some good legs. All right. There is a spot for him. We do got a spot for the buff man's legs. Wow. That really fills it out, doesn't it? All right. Interesting. Okay, well that is everything that I have. Let's, here, I will say, let's go back to presentation mode really quick. This is the last call for boyfriends. So, if I missed any boyfriends, I'll say now is the time to throw it out there. I have been going back and forth on this because I had someone tell me that they were gunning for Tall Hamster. And Tall Hamster was not around for when the boyfriends was out and about. And I don't know. Should Tall Boyfriend be considered a boyfriend? Do we want him to be on this list? I've been really back and forth on it. Like many multi-partner relationships, there was a spreadsheet involved. Tall Hamster is stream god. I kind of feel like Tall Hamster is kind of a stream deity. If you, Zookeeper 2, were we dating Zookeeper 2? Do we want to throw Zookeeper 2 in here? Here. Let's, we'll pop back over. Boyfriend roundup. Zookeeper 2. What do we do with Zookeeper 2? There we go. All right. Always thought Tall Hamster was more of an idea than a boyfriend, like something to aspire to. I could respect that. We do have Zookeeper 2. Where do we want Zookeeper 2? Do we think he's boyfriend material? What do we feel about him? Do you think Zookeeper 2 likes us? Do you think that we have similar interests? Clearly boyfriend. He's just got a steady job. He's responsible. You know, this is valid. You know, are they hot? Yes. Hardworking. This is beautiful. Do we share similar interests? I would say we do. I'd say we do. We share similar interests, absolutely. He likes animals. He supports our decor. I could see that. Here. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. Zookeeper 2. Orb. There. There. Yeah. Seamless. All right, I could see Zookeeper 2. I'm gonna have to find a picture of Zookeeper 2 for the end of the year. All right, I will, unless there are any other boyfriends that anybody would like to see. I'm gonna read off what we decided on. We'll lock it in, and we'll send them off to the end of the year tier list for our boyfriends. I think that's probably it. If you see any other ones, you can go ahead and shout it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and read them off. So, in our newly created friend zone box, we have the tree that was also an old man, we have knockoff grandmother Willow, and we have teleportation frog. Boyfriend farm. We're gonna send him off to the boyfriend farm. Make sure you don't mistake him for Zookeeper 1, 3 through 9, or Steve Irwin. Very valid. So in our breakup box, we have Sam the intern, Dylan Merchant, Artie, Zared, the dog with the big pizza, and Big Pig. I'm gonna go through our toxic faves. Our toxic faves are Professor Helper, Eddie Dail, Mr. Baldini, Cart, Shower Knife, Lane's $8 controller, Rock the Rock Roxin, and Spy Fox. That's right, Kristen Martin Kraft in one body. Listen, do you want me to make Steve Irwin or Kristen Martin Kratt in one body? I can make him a boyfriend. It might be tough to fit those in boyfriend material. Do you want Kratt boyfriend? All right, I'll put Kratt boyfriend in here. What do we think about Kratt boyfriend? We'll leave it up to a vote, though. Y'all want to vote on Kratt boyfriend? Ken's Pets Dogs throw up a poll. Kratt boyfriend is green light. Husband material. Okay. Interesting. Let's get a poll for Kratt boyfriend. I want to see. I'm seeing a lot of husband material. I'm just very curious. Had another sippy of my coffee. Thank you for the poll. Kratt boyfriend polls up. I'm seeing 2 boyfriend material. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 4 right off the bat. 5 right off the bat. Are we gonna 100% a Kratt boyfriend? 6. We got 6 boyfriend materials. Do I hear a 7? I don't know, because I don't know how many people are watching this stream. But you know what? I feel like it's probably not gonna beat that. I think that's the most solidarity that I've seen on a boyfriend in this whole thing. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with. Yeah. Thank you, Sleeping Evie, for the bits! All right, we're gonna put Kratt boyfriend in here. Darkness goes right here. Kratt boyfriend goes right here. 8. We got 8 votes for Kratt boyfriend. All right. Ghost, you go right there. Yeah. Actually, here. Ghost goes here. Darkness goes here. Happy Pride from Kratt boyfriend. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna read off the boyfriends. I think we got through all of the toxic faves. So we have Pirate Shark, Dimitri, Chowderman, the Orb, Zookeeper 2, Professor Starfish, Randall the Ant, Comrade Carrot, Krat Boyfriend, The Hot Bridge, Plomantic Roommate, a Ghost, a weird little crab that we only saw for 13 seconds, Ray and the Super Duper Duka Buka Polygizmo, Slug Boyfriend, Freddy Fazbear from Unpacking, Darkness, Walter the Bug, and the Buff Man's Legs. How do we feel about this lineup, gang? Honestly, I'm pretty jazzed about it. I think that this is a great crew. I knew the weird little crab was gonna make it in. He was either gonna be a boyfriend or he was going to be the ultimate toxic fave. But you know, I'm happy. I'm happy that you're happy, and I'm happy that we have a good list of boyfriends. I will post the results of this to Instagram, so if you want to see everything, I will probably clean this up a little bit so that it's a little bit easier to read, but I will go ahead and post all of those there. And I can also post them to Discord. I can try and get, I think I have a little bit more, actually no, that's a lie, I don't have more time this week. I'm probably going to be leaving on Wednesday, and then I have a stream on Monday, but either way, yeah, I will try to get Discord up as quick as I can because I think that could be a lot of fun. If I learn how to use it. Yeah, I will do some brainstorming for what the end of the year looks like. I do think that a bracket for boyfriends could be a lot of fun. That would probably be for the S tier boyfriends, to decide who is our husband. But yeah, I think that could be a lot of fun. I think I usually go for 2 hours. I think I'm probably gonna end, oh my goodness gracious, oh Lord. Okay, there we go. Looks a little bit better. Center it a little bit more so you can see it. Oh, and you can't even see knockoff grandmother Willow because I just kind of put her out into the ether, huh? All right, there we go. That looks a little bit better. All right. Take any screenshots you want if you want to see. Otherwise, I will post these results on Instagram, and you can see, and you can cheer, and you can be very excited. I think this is going to be great. I am going to give you the rest of your Saturday back. That's right, I just pulled that thing that people say in meetings when they end early. I'm gonna give you 13 minutes of your day back. Thank you so much for being here. I wasn't sure what this stream was going to look like, but it turned out so fun. I had a wonderful time. It was absolutely worth it. So if you want to see more like this, let me know. I would love to do more stuff like this. Thank you for turning this into a dating sim. This is literally everything I could have ever wanted. So otherwise, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I might see you guys Monday. I'll be here. So, yeah, we'll see you when we see you. Thanks for being here. And, oh, I had one more slide. Thank you. Hugs from my heart straight to yours. It's good. It's a good gift. It's cute. Look at that. You're my hero. Thank you. All right. Have a great rest of your day, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.